Happy Thursday. It is 4 o'clock. I just come out of the shed and I gotta cook supper. Yeah, what you hear is the coffee pot. I need some Java. I'm running out of gas. So, I was like, okay, Lippy, you didn't pull no meat out. But we need protein. Y'all gonna die. Because I've never concocted this before. So we're gonna do it together. And it's gonna post tonight. See, Lippy keeps it real. Throw the camera on and it's a crap shoot, but we gonna see if it works. Because in the icebox, I had some leftover mashed potatoes. Now, y'all seen me many times make twice, we call them potato cakes, but it's from leftover mashed potatoes. So it's like twice mashed potato cakes. I don't know. We just call them potato cakes. But I'm going to use them as a binder. So therefore, I'm not wasting these. Now, I may not use all of them, and then we can have some potato patties, you know, towards the weekend or something. I'm going to use that with 2 cans of salmon. Now, this is not in those large cans because I eat this about 3 times a week for lunch. Just the salmon, salt and pepper, and some crackers. This is, well, the can's upside down. This is just Atlantic salmon. Yes, it's dripping in the bowl, y'all. And it comes like tuna fish. But it's beautiful. And it's so much cheaper than them tall cans. Now, you could use tuna fish. You could use the tall cans. It's just this is what I prefer because, like I said, this is a staple here for me. We're going to be using 1 small sweet onion, and this was just like a medium yellow bell pepper I had. There again, we're using what we have. I went out and snipped some fresh celery leaves. We're going to have about a tablespoon of minced garlic, an egg, some of my swamp mix, and some dehydrated parsley flakes. Simple, right? But there's no bread. This is going to be my binder. And guys, I think it's going to work. Now, I will also be putting them in a flour cornmeal mixture when I get ready to cook them. But instead of the breadcrumbs, we're going to use the mashed potatoes. And I think it's going to work. Because think about it. It's just a potato cake with some salmon. I mean, it's got to work, right? So let me grab my coffee. We're going to the stove. We got to saute. I got an hour to have this ready. And I can do it. I know I can, right? It's a 15-minute recipe. It's 45 minutes of me popping my gums. 45. That's an hour. Last time I looked. And yes, hair police, I'm so sorry. I had a headache, so I had to let the hair flow. Dinner's at 5, though, if y'all, want to come. Just saying, hair police. I got me about a heaping tablespoon of butter. And I'm just going to come in and coat the bottom of this skillet with some olive oil. Okay, we're going to add our bell peppers and our onions. And we're going to get them cooked down. I'm going to put just a pinch of salt to go ahead and sweat any moisture out. Now we want these to get soft. Okay, we've been sauteing about 5 minutes, and I'm going to just put my celery leaves in here. Because we're nearing the end of where we're going to add our garlic. You know, garlic will burn if you do it at the front end. Add our tablespoon of minced garlic. If y'all could smell this. Look at that color. That looks like spring. I'm glad I had a yellow bell pepper. Okay, and I'm going to pull it. It's just that quick. It don't get no better, y'all. Okay, all I did, because I don't want a lot of dishes, and we're actually going to cook them and that pan that we sauteed the onions in. But I put them on top of my salmon. And I'm just gonna kind of spread it around, and I want them to cool off. So how am I gonna do that? I'm gonna drop the camera and we're gonna cool it off with the mashed potato. Oh yeah. Now, I didn't measure, I just eyeballed. This is 3 parts of seasoned flour. Flour, swamp mix, a little salt, and I put about 2 tablespoons of white cornmeal. You can use just flour, you can use cornmeal, you can use breadcrumbs, but we're not putting this in here. So that's all I did, is just a seasoned flour with a little bit of cornmeal. But to this, I gotta get a spoon. I don't know how much potatoes, so I'm just gonna have to mix it. 1 more scoop. Oh yeah, that should be plenty. Now, I'm gonna start mixing it with this, but y'all know I'm gonna be going to my hands in just a minute. Oh yeah, that was just enough potatoes. Used a clean hand. And I'm just gonna season to taste. That's some swamp mix. We're gonna add a little bit of parsley. Gives it good color too, and flavor. Now, y'all know what I'm about to do. Okay. I am going to combine this. Oh yeah, that's gonna work good. Okay, now I can come in with my egg. Now you could omit the egg and just do more potatoes, but I like the texture that that egg gives when you fry them up. Oh yeah, I can tell I gotta add more potatoes now. Should have left the egg out. Okay, I grabbed my big container of seasoned flour because I'm out of breadcrumbs. Unless I got something in the back pantry. It's not gonna take much now, y'all, because we don't want to be tasting flour. Okay, I had to wash my hand. And I know that's all it needed. I know it doesn't take much, because you don't want them dry, but you didn't want them too wet. And that gives me a half container. Ooh, not quite. Let me even it up, y'all. It's got to be evened up. There we go. Let me get it all off of there. Now I can save the rest for this weekend. Okay, I'm going to set the camera just where you can see what I'm doing. I'm getting a few balls ready. What I mean by that is I just scoop it up and I just kind of bounce it in my hands. And then I'm just going to kind of roll these balls to get a coating. That's it. Because remember, we're going to mash them in this skillet. And I see that my stove needs leveling. So I'm just going to drop these balls over here. Try to move some of this. Yeah, my stove is off kilter. I see that now. Now I'm going to take my spatula and I'm just going to lightly press. Not really hard, because we don't want to break them up. You're really going to press on the flip. Just about like that. Okay, what I did was I just pulled these 3 out on a plate. Brought out my little iron skillet. I can only do 4 at a time, but that's okay. And once the oil got hot, I put them back in. That's all I did, and I added an extra one. Remember, we lightly mash. Already got 1 batch done. We on the 2nd batch. Y'all, I almost forgot to film my sauce. I got a cup of mayonnaise with salt and pepper in there. That's all y'all missed. Now, if you had cocktail sauce, that would be good. Dijon mustard. I'm gonna come in with just a little bit of Creole mustard. Now, you can use hot sauce, whatever. I'm gonna use some sriracha. Oh yeah, a little bit of lemon juice. Like I said, you could omit the sriracha, use some cocktail sauce. Just a hint of lemon juice. And that is gonna be the sauce for the salmon patties. It's time for quality control. Y'all, I put a dollop of that dip. Oh, I'm excited because something tells me I nailed it. But now I don't know. We're going to find out. Do not throw them potatoes away. Make potato cakes or use it as a binder. It's creamy. It actually softens that salmon flavor. It's really good. It's crunchy on the outside. It's very creamy on the inside. If I had to change something, don't add the egg. If I had to change something. Because we didn't need that binder. The potatoes would have done just fine. Now, I do put a raw egg in my potato cakes, but because the salmon was dry, we had cooked down the vegetables, I don't think it needed an egg. It didn't change it, didn't make it bad. I just think it was just a wasted egg. This is out of this world. I'll be eating a sandwich tomorrow. Oh, we can't eat that whole platter. But oh my gosh. Yes. And the dip, call that a bonus. If you've never tried it like that, it's so, so good. On many things. We like to dip bloomin' onion petals in this dip. The only thing missing is horseradish. So if you want to get that bloomin' onion dipping sauce, and you know horseradish is expensive, well, here's the recipe. You cannot tell that it's missing, I promise. All right, this quality control lady is going to enjoy this little piece here. Wait on Mr. Buddy. So this lady here, quality control, is going to finish this, and I'll wait for my main meal. Don't tell anybody when Mr. Buddy gets here. So this is a hit, and especially that sauce. So as always, stay safe, stay well, and God bless. And I will see you on the next one.